Hello guys, welcome to the first video of the malware series. So I wanted to start the malware series with a case study that originally started how a malware worked, how a malware evolved, how a malware was found in the 1988s. So today we are going to see about a case study called as the Morris worm. So the Morris worm that shook 1988. So let's see how it shook that year, the computers and the people that here present at that time. So Morris worm is a self-replicating worm. It was released on November 2nd, 1988. So this is considered as the first malware ever started in the computer world. So it actually gave the initial point for cyber security awareness, and it highlighted what a single vulnerability in a system present can do to your system. So there is a scientist. His name is Robert Tapan Morris. He's a graduate at Cornell University. So while he was working for one project, he designed an experiment to measure all the systems that is present in the internet. So at that time, internet was not very popular. It was used only for educational and academic research. So what Morris did was he wanted to measure how many machines are there in the internet. So he designed the program and wanted to send that program to all the computers connected to the internet. So it is a valid thing at the time to see how the internet worked and or how many machines were there. So he did that, but it led to unprecedented consequences for Morris. Let's see how it did. So first what it did is it exploited the vulnerabilities in Unix systems, and it utilized some protocols present at the part of the time 1988, and it was designed to be replicative and spread, but it does not cause any damage. It only spreads, that's all. Also it contained a small bug that led Morris to be jailed for some time because of the small bug he made in the program. So because of this Morris worm, the 10% of the internet was affected at that time, and a lot of academic and research institutions were stalled at that time, and this raised questions about the network security and the cyber security world that started to initiate at that time. So this had a consequences of 10 million damage in dollars and a lot of downtime for various educational institutions, and it gave some security awareness. So let's see this in detail and technical detail how it actually worked. So it also had some legal implications, and Morris was prosecuted, and he was fined and had received community service in the US at that time because of his small experiment that caused millions of dollars loss. So there was a sendmail vulnerability that is present inside the Unix operating system at the time that allowed someone to execute code without authentication and based on trust. Nowadays those kind of things doesn't present in any systems, but at the time of 1988 it was there, and it has the capability to execute commands based on trust without authentication. Also it did some basic brute forcing of password combinations and dictionary attacks at that time. So based on that, it exploited machines one by one and started spreading. It only spread it, but it didn't affect any machine or it doesn't execute any malicious code because it doesn't have any intention of that. So there is a bug that was present inside Morris code that if a system is already infected, it will again infect that system 1 in 7 chances. That means among 7 systems, one system will be affected. Because of that, lot of systems were affected again and again, and because of that lot of resources were consumed, made that systems to be very slow, and this in turn caused downtime to research and academic purpose computers. So this is the main effect that had on the computer world at that time. So from this Morris worm, we can clearly see how a vulnerability affects the system. and how experiments can lead to dangerous consequences if it is not present in a controlled environment. And this started the cybersecurity world of seeing vulnerabilities and bugs, etc., etc. So today we start with a new series called the Malware series that I'll be continuing. So please give your support. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let's see in the next video.